Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. The new Planet of the Apes movie has arrived, guys. The new Planet of the Apes. Are you going to go out and see this weekend? I'll tell you this, if you do, go see it in the biggest theater that you can because the sound quality is there. The visual effects, it's mind-blowing, guys. We'll be talking about that with what's opening up this weekend. What else is on the slate? Strangers, Chapter 1 gets their TikTok account banned. Wow. Hey, I can somewhat relate to that. Beverly Hills Cop 4 gets a rating. Anya Taylor Joy a bunch of these actresses actually have joined some projects that we'll talk about. Fantasia Fest reveals that they're going to be revealing the Chris Stockman movie that's coming out. Fascinating. We'll take a look at that. But we'll start off today's show by talking about the main topic that broke last night, Fantastic Four. Galactus, Fantastic Four casts Ralph Ineson as Galactus. Now, if you don't know who Ralph Ineson is, guys, The Witch. Yes, he was in Game of Thrones. Iconic voice. You'll recognize his voice as soon as you hear it. So, Fantastic Four meets your villain, Ralph Ineson, the British actor whose 3-decade career ranges from Harry Potter movies to recent horror prequel to oh yes, he was just in The First Omen. We just saw him in that movie as well. That was a little bit mixed. So, is he added to the updated IMDb? Let's just take a look. Vanessa Kirby, Pedro Pascal, Julia Garner, of course, is going to be our Silver Surfer. Ralph Ineson, Galactus, right there. Eben Moss Backrack. Joseph Quinn is going to be Johnny Storm. What's John Malkovich? What? John Malkovich joins the cast of the Marvels and the Fantastic Four. Okay, well, what else? So, what's he going to be playing? Yeah, we know that he was going to be playing Vulture in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 movie. It was supposed to be number 3, guys. And then they had to take him out because the studio wanted Venom. And then he was going to make a Spider-Man 4. Excuse me. And then that all fell apart. So what is he going to be playing? What is he going to be playing from page 6 of Marvel Cinematic Universe? Or phase 6. Sorry, my bad. Let's just see. Production is slated to kick off this summer, said Shackman, the director, Matt Shackman, who did WandaVision, right? He says it's different in so many ways. I wish I could be specific. I wish I could say more, but we are doing things very different from a story standpoint. And here we go again. It's different. It's going to be like nothing we've ever seen before. Remember the Marvels was supposed to be something that we've never seen before in the MCU. Like, stop saying that. It gets me a little bit triggered because it's going to be the Marvel movies follow a formula. We know this formula now. You know that formula because you've been regurgitating it back to us. So you don't do us any favors when you say it's going to be like totally different from the filmmaking standpoint. That it fits the... It's like, get out of here with that. Sorry that I'm getting a little bit salty. Ooh, yeah, I'm a little bit salty about this. Fantastic Four is slated for July 25th, 2025. But yeah, the big headline, I am actually happy with this casting of Ralph Ineson as our Galactus character. Now, hopefully he won't just be a big, huge smoke cloud because we know what kind of a disaster that could be, right? Just show him it. Like they showed the big ones, the big creatures or big entities in Eternals, right? So he's like one of those type of things. And he, of course, has the Silver Surfer under his rule and thumb, right? So it's kind of like, all right, his voice is going to fit it. I don't know if we'll actually see him in a suit or anything like that. Hopefully we will. Like, please, for once, can we not just do the Galactus character like in his glory? Can you not show us this version of it? Please, no big smoke clouds. I know he's supposed to be as big as a planet and stuff like that. No little hints of like the shadow of it or anything like that. Please no. So this is the big headline, guys. Do you like this casting? Do you want to see it? Okay. Good for me. Curious about John Malkovich? Let me know who you think John Malkovich is going to be playing. Because the IMDb does not have him listed as a name just yet. And so is Paul Walter Hauser going to be in this as well. But people think he's going to be playing Mole Man in this. John Malkovich maybe playing a version of the Vulture? Maybe? I don't know. It's slated for July 25th, 2025, guys, going into production this summer. Galactus, Fantastic Four news. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Hey, if you like upcoming movie news stuff, come join me on my social media handles there, where we talk about, well, some behind-the-scenes stuff that you get to see me going into movie theaters and extended versions of some of the shorts that we publish here. Let's talk about what's opening up this weekend. Opening this weekend is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yes. Guys, as you can see, it's playing in multiple theaters. If you can, go see it in the AVX, the best sound quality, or an IMAX. I should go out and see it in the IMAX. Fall Guys still playing this weekend. Planet of the Apes is pretty much the only new movie opening up this weekend. You've got Tarot still playing, Challengers is still hanging in there, guys. But as I look around at the other theaters, it's going to be all Apes, IMAX, 12 o'clock. I should have gone to see him that. Trust me, when you see how good the visual effects are now and how textured everything looks, it looks real. My God. Yeah. So Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes arrives. Ooh, Phantom Menace is still playing if you didn't go out and see that. Unsung Heroes, Civil War, Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is still playing? Really? Huh. Okay, let's go see what the tomato meter says for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, because when we did our review yesterday, 82% by critics, it was certified fresh, but then the audience score wasn't there. It's 83%, and I had predicted just this, that it would be similar around the similar scores, and guys, it won't let you down. Trust me. It may drag a little bit towards the middle, but it's just kind of like, by the time you get to the third act, it's just wow. It's just wow. By the time you get to Proximus Caesar, it's just like, okay, I'm fully on board. Top critics, Dana Stevens didn't like it, despite its impressive attention to craft, including exquisite motion capture work by the groundbreaking digital studios Weta. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes never fully establishes its reason for being. Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Did you not watch the movie? Yes, it's about a critique on society and how we deal with faith in each other and stuff like that. So I don't see that. This screams like you didn't watch the movie. So I totally disregard that. How are you a top critic? Okay, somebody who did like it. We are mostly there for the special effects and action scenes, though, and those are vivid and effective. Yes. They are. Guys, we did this in my formal review yesterday, so we scanned all of them. Jeremy Johns was the one that kind of complained about the pacing towards the middle, but trust me, I think that'll appreciate in value on repeat viewings. It's one of those things where it's kind of like, wow, I can't believe that this movie exists. At least it was for me. Michael Phillips from the Chicago Tribune. Kingdom lays on the cruelty, breaking right at the edge of manipulative gall. For that, though, these films actually seem to care about the fate of the planet and the possibility of human and simian progress. Oh yes, that's the name of the apes that got smarter. That's the name that we gave them. So yeah, a lot of people. See if there's anybody else that didn't like it. We don't talk about that outlet. Why not, James? Because if you do your research into that outlet, I don't like how they're funded. Jeremy Johns said, yeah, when the last act, the big conflict, the master plan is going down, it was entertaining, but leading up to that was kind of a snooze. No, I didn't think so. And it starts off with a very effective scene that helps establish the new world and the new characters and the tone of it. and it does have some action and tension in there, introducing the new characters. I thought it did a very good job in that. Is there anybody else? Is Matt Donato on here? I want to see if he's here. Wendy Lee Zaney? Cool. Yeah, she's on here. Let's just scroll down because, yeah, we did 3C the other day. This is why I didn't like the new outlay for Rotten Tomatoes. Grace Randolph, let's see what she said. The best Planet of the Apes movie since the 1968 original, which makes sense as director Ball and screenwriter Friedman clearly have studied that film. This is an intimate, more emotional story that still has epic moments worth seeing. Totally. And yeah, I said that in my review, that they totally did a good job of researching and paying respect to the other installments in the franchise. Well, Lorenzo Doral, they didn't like it. Okay. Well, I think that's about all we can do without scanning through all of it. I should have maybe gone through all of this just to see if there's anybody there that I want to see, but there isn't. So, guys, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was totally worth seeing. 82%, 83% by the fans. So people are digging it. People are digging Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That's what's coming out this week in the theaters. If you get a chance to jump out and see something, let me see what the 7 o'clock preview seats look like here. It's still early in the day. It's like 10:40, so they'll fill out a little bit. But trust me, it's worth seeing. All right, let's move on. Strangers, Chapter 1 opens up next week. So that'll be contending with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which is not going to take away its number one spot. But The Strangers has been ramping up its marketing campaign and has now run into some speed bumps. Lionsgate TikTok live streams of strangers' characters gets shut down for being too disturbing. Yeah, they've been doing kind of like this viral marketing campaign where they go out. There's these people that have been hired to wear the masks and then go out to like ball games and other public places like parks. And I guess it's been too disturbing because it's been freaking people out. So yeah. Viral. So I guess they've been trying to do some kind of stunts or something like that, chasing after people or something. At one point, there was a particularly creepy moment where a masked figure was seen holding up a sign that read, "Is Tamara here? Stop, I don't like this," said in the comment section. Yeah, so like I guess maybe people couldn't tell if it was real or not. But I'm no stranger to having that little glitch in where are you going to get shadow banned or not. Like I've been struggling for the last 20 hours or so trying to deal with that. There's a Freya Allen. Like I was trying to do Crass Comments episode 2 for Freya Allen, but it keeps on getting this this mark here, unlimited suitability. And there's no swear words in it. She is wearing a very low-cut dress in it at one point because she's doing press. She was on like a premiere. So I'm guessing that's why it's limited. I tried scrubbing it. I tried fixing it out. But sometimes you just, you gotta retool it, right? YouTube metrics say if something works, you got to try to keep on feeding that to people, right? And the first episode of Crass Comments did a good job getting numbers, and people like that. So I don't know. I might have to change directions on Crass Comments because as funny as it can be, it may not be worth. It's maybe too salacious. Maybe I need to take it away from that kind of tone. But as you can see, not even the big studios are not immune to this kind of thing from happening, right? Where sometimes you go in a direction where it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that, right? We just saw this last night in that Apple iPad launch where they squish a whole bunch of artifacts with a big press, and then at the end of the press, it lifts up and there's like the new iPad underneath there. And they're like, people were outraged, saying that it's kind of like, oh, they've turned off the comments. Like they were just getting creamed with this. That it was like, how dare you crush a piano and a statue and everything that we use to create art, because the AI tools in the new iPad will take that all away from us. Sometimes you just get a bad marketing campaign, right? Sometimes you just don't quite understand exactly what the audiences want to see, and that's happened to The Strangers. It's happened to iPad. It's happened to me. Hey, it happens. But we'll change directions. We'll figure things out. Don't worry. People seem to really like that that worst casting ever, though. 1,300 right now. I'm thinking about a second episode right now. I think I want to do one for Jai Courtney in Terminator. Yeah. And I just have fun making these little shorts. I think it's opening the door for interaction. It hasn't quite caught on for, like, that one has. People have caught on and started to say, okay, yeah, I agree, Jesse Eisenberg wasn't so great. No, I thought Eisenberg was good. That's what I'm trying to do here with these, is get interactions, right? That's why when I ask, what's your favorite Alicia Vikander and stuff like that, that's what all of that is meant to do, to drive traffic towards the channel. And it's working. So I'm happy with that. And I feel like I'm starting to hit some home runs. Let's move on, because that's kind of boring, isn't it, to hear me talk about success? One thing that will not be censored, though, is Beverly Hills Cop 4. Beverly Hills Cop Axel F has received an R rating. Now, this is going to be out on Netflix, guys, in July 3rd. Will we be doing a full live watch-along? Well, unfortunately, I won't be here in the province. Actually, I'm leaving on July 3rd. So, no, and I won't be back until like mid-July. So I will be taking a hiatus in July. But it has to be rated R. The first ones were, right? And he was very talking about crass. Axel Foley was crass, dropping F-bombs here. That was like his every second word was an F-bomb. So, of course. And then to get an R rating like that is, that's common for dropping the F-bombs. Rating for language throughout, violence, and brief drug use. Each of the previous 3 movies in the franchise were also rated R, which makes this as no big surprise. What's the synopsis for the new movie? After his daughter's life is threatened, she and Foley team up with a new partner, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and old pals Billy Rosewood and John Taggart, to turn up the heat and uncover a conspiracy. Guys, I'm with most people that I thought the first one was very entertaining. It kind of declined in quality after that. I remember, wasn't it George Lucas that made like a cameo in the 3rd movie? Hey, it happens. Are you guys looking forward to it? Does this ramp up your hype for this? There's got to be another trailer coming for this soon, right? We're coming up to June, so like a month and a half away now for Axel F. Beverly Hills Cop 4. What do you guys think? Rated R? Yes? No? Yes? I think yes. Next. Anya Taylor Joy is going to be in Furiosa in 2 weeks. Looking forward to that. But she's got some other projects lined up. Let's take a look. With Chris Evans in Romain Gavras' latest film, Sacrifice. Netflix hit Athena director Romain Gavras. Gavras? I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry if I'm butchering that. It's also going to have Salma Hayek and Brendan Fraser. Good cast. That is not a very good picture of Salma Hayek. Where did you get that? That looks like look how, yeah, it doesn't even look like an official photo. Like, look how well tailored, or like how nice the other photos are. Sacrifice promises a thrilling and suspenseful tale set amidst a high-end charity gala disrupted by radical intruders. So kind of like what, like a Met Gala, and then intruders come in. Who's going to be the bad guy? Chris Evans? Salma Hayek? Do you think Anya Taylor Joy would be the bad guy? I don't know. Okay, we don't care about who wrote it. cinema, sacrifice, bland. According to Deadline, the plot, Sacrifice, unfolds against the backdrop of a high-end charity gala suddenly disrupted by a group of radicals on a mystical mission. These intruders are determined to fulfill an ancient prophecy, leading to a narrative rife with conflict and suspense. The choice of tranquil setting juxtaposed with the violent intrusion depicts a potent contrast. What the kind of a sentence is that? That sentence doesn't do anything. The choice of tranquil settings juxtaposed with the violent intrusion depicts a potent contrast. That's fluff. Hey, I recognize fluff when I see it. I used to be a master at putting in sentences just like that into writing like essays and papers in college that had mandates for you need 1,000 words. Okay. You need 5,000 words. Okay. I'll write something. I'll write something like the choice of tranquil setting juxtaposed with the violent intrusion depicts a potent contrast. It's like that doesn't. For God's sakes. Anyway, why am I ripping on that? Yeah, I guess I am salty today, but I am a big fan of Anya Taylor Joy, and Evans can bring it from time to time. Of course, it depends, I think, on the director that he's working with. Yeah, that's a better picture of Selma right there. That's in The Whale. Good movie. So, good cast. Keep our eye on this. See when this comes out. Romain Gavas. All right, that's what he looks like. Is that... Oh, he dated Dua Lipa? Okay, is that why he's got some claim to fame? I don't recognize the name as a director. Okay, so he's done a lot of commercials, it looks like, for Dior. Music videos. Okay, so he hasn't really done anything of substance that would make you say that let's give him a big movie. This Athena movie that apparently was on Netflix. After hours of the tragic death of their youngest brother in unexplained circumstances, 3 siblings have their lives thrown into chaos. Smaller film. Well, I guess that's what I always say to do. Start off with a smaller film. Now he's going to get a crack at the big leagues, working with some very, very big talent. Keep our eye on it. Because Anya Taylor Joy. Definitely in the top 10 actresses right now. For me, fighting to be in the top 5. She really is. Who else do I like as an actress? I do like Grace Caroline Currey. Don't recognize the name? You recognize the face, though. She was in the Shazam movies. And in that movie, Fall, right? She is set to star in a remake of The Breed. A remake of Wes Craven-produced film, The Breed. Nightbreed? No. The Breed. Variety reports director brothers Sean and Brian First will be sitting in the director's seats for the new incarnation, which has been described as an unconventional reimagining of the Wes Craven cult classic. Okay, for Curmudgeon Films. The Breed. That doesn't sound familiar, though. Does it ring a bell for you guys? Let me just quickly pull up the old IMDb. Maybe it does. It's got kind of like an obscure ending, doesn't it? Oh, so it's a little bit like The Hills Have Eyes kind of scenario. Is that what I'm getting here? Michelle Rodriguez, Taryn Manning, Eric Lively. When did this come out? In 2008. So they're remaking it already? Nicholas Mandrea. What? What? Oh, it's produced by Wes Craven. Huh. So they're remaking that already? Its plot, Currey will be playing Violet, who is a rebel icon and badass on a mission to search for abandoned dogs on a remote island, which leads to complete adrenaline-fueled terror. the 2006 original. Okay, two close brothers. So they had brothers in it in the first one. Why does that not sound familiar? Maybe because, weird. But Grace Caroline Currey is an actress that I'm keeping my eye on because she's just on the cusp of like exploding and like getting like more roles because she is a good actress. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that one because no, she's never done anything salacious. So yeah, I just wanted to show you in her Shazam costume there. You recognize her. She was good in Fall. And apparently she's a dancer. So, yeah, Fall was about those two girls that climbed to the top of the tower. And that's why I said, well, she could maybe play Lara Croft. Because she showed some athleticism. Now that I know that she has a background of being a dancer. Cool. Now, is this on her slate? Let's just take a look. The Leader is in pre-production, A Lost Memory, and The Breed, Violet. So there you go. Anything else attached to this? Brian first, Sean first. She's the only one attached. Fascinating. Keep our eye on that one. Lily James is also an actress I like to see on the screen. But she's going to be working with Sebastian Stan again. They re-team for a horror flick, Let the Evil Go West. I don't really care that much about Sebastian Stan. I don't think he's that talented of an actor. But it's the Winter Soldier, James. He just hasn't shown a whole lot of range for me. At least in the other stuff that he appears in. I know that people like him. So I guess I won't rag on him too much. But Lily James does have a lot of range. And she can sing. So let's see what this movie's about. Directed by Christian Taftrup, whose movie Speak No Evil has an American remake. Oh, okay, so he did the original Speak No Evil. Okay. The American version of that is the one with James McAvoy. So the synopsis reads, Let the Evil Go West follows a railroad worker who stumbles upon a fortune under deeply disturbing circumstances as horrifying visions and manifestations drive him toward madness. His wife becomes convinced that an evil presence has attached itself to their family. Yeah, Sebastian Stan did a horror flick called Fresh, where he eats people. Lily James has done Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. So, yeah, and she was as unrecognizable as Pamela Anderson, right? Let the Evil Go West from the director of Speak No Evil, which is very brutal from what I'm being told. I just didn't get around to seeing it. Very disturbing. You'll watch that movie apparently and be like, I don't like how people can treat each other sometimes, kind of thing, right? Okay, Tatiana Maslany is a really good actress, and I liked her in She-Hulk, but she's going to be starring next in the Longlegs director's next movie called Keeper. Osgood Perkins. So we'll follow up. Yeah, Longlegs, that's coming out this year, where Nicolas Cage plays a serial killer. Why am I tripping over my words today? Hey, it happens. July 12th is when that comes out, and the trailers and the marketing for that have been stellar. I've been looking forward to that. So it is curious to see what is next. I know Oz Perkins doesn't resonate for a whole lot of people out there. He does appear as an actor in some stuff, but as a director also. He did Gretel and Hansel, I'm the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House, The Black Coat's Daughter. So he has done some projects, and he did an episode of The Twilight Zone. The Monkey, that's coming out right in post-production, then Longlegs. So the way I read this is Longlegs comes out next, And then it looks like he's got the monkey that's going to be in post-production, and then whatever this Tatiana Maslany one is, Keeper, Rosif Sutherland. Whatever. What was the monkey? Oh yeah, that was supposed to be kind of like about a toy monkey kind of thing, right? From the Stephen King story. Laura Minnell, Theo James, Elijah Wood, Tatiana Maslany. So he's worked with her before. That's why she's working with him again. Hey, if you find a good working partner, somebody you can trust, then yeah, why not? Longlegs. Interesting director, huh? Osgood Perkins. I know that's not for everybody, but I like the cast. Even if you hated She-Hulk, can you not admit that at least Tatiana Maslany is a good actress? She delivered some very clunky dialogue. And she's just so charismatic. The camera loves her. All right. Keep our eye on that. Chris Stuckman has a movie coming out, and people have been speculating as to when we would see that movie, right? Chuck Russell's Witchboard remake, Chris Stuckman's debut, and more set for Fantasia Fest 2024, Shelby Oaks. Yes, Chris Stuckman's movie is called Shelby Oaks. So the International Film Festival is where this is going to debut. Last year it had Late Night with the Devil, which I still haven't seen. Witchboard. Oh yeah, there is a remake of that. Shelby Oaks. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are looking forward to seeing what Chris Stuckman can do. And the Shelby Oaks film, I guess, is going into the phase. Like, who was it in our live chat when we were talking about it last week was saying, well, is it going to start at any festivals? And it seems like, yes, it is going to, because that's just the thing that's going to happen. Yeah, we did the story that Mike Flanagan signed on in as a producer to give some more money to this. And Stuckman, well, yeah. So, what's Shelby Oaks about? A woman's desperate search for her long-lost sister, a famous YouTuber who investigated paranormal happenings, falls into obsession upon realizing that the imaginary demon from their childhood may have been real. Oh. Yeah, it started as a crowd-funded kind of film. Dark Match is going to be at Fantasia Fest. The Dead Thing, from the director of La Llorona. Fantasia Fest. There you go, guys. From July 18th to August 4th. So that's where Chris Stuckman's movie is going to be first revealed to the world. Where is Fantasia Fest? I think it said Montreal, didn't it? Yeah. Montreal. Shall I go up to Montreal for... Actually, I would be back in the province by then. Just to go see a film. Nah, that's like too long. Too long to drive. You could drive it in a day, but it's kind of like you'll be... you'll be out of gas. Not only in your car, but like in fatigue. Huh. Interesting. All right, so we are a bit ahead of schedule. Bifer says in the live chat, hello to the echoes in the chat. Save your money and go to TIFF instead of Fantasia Fest. Yeah, like I am curious about the Chris Stuckman movie. I am, but that's a bit too far for me. I'll wait for TIFF this year. It's closer. All right, let's go on to some hit or miss. If it's a hit, we'll talk about it. If it's a miss, we'll move on. Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner is going to be headlining an Amazon Prime Video heist series, Haven, alongside Saltburn, Breakout, Archie Madekwe, and Bodies, Jacob Fortune Lloyd. Like, why cut out the resume? Like these kinds of headlines. This is exactly what they tell you not to do. Like, I understand the approach that, okay, I want to grab somebody's attention, so we'll use Game of Thrones. But is the article really about Game of Thrones? No. Okay, then start off with Sophie Turner. We'll get Sophie Turner fans, which I am one, so that's why I pulled the article. And if I know who Sophie Turner is, I know she was part of Game of Thrones. So you could take out this sentence, right? And then, of course, they do that for everybody else in the title. But, hey, it's deadlines, so it's kind of like they should know what they're doing. Even though all the metrics that I'm told tell you not to do that. Anyway, that's a minor thing. So what's this about? Sophie Turner. Turner will play Zara, an office worker at a pension fund investment company. Zara has her day upended when a young violent thieves burst in demanding she helps them steal billions of pounds of ordinary people's pensions. So those two guys will be the thieves, obviously. And she'll be the one under duress. Okay. Good to see that she's coming back to acting. She took time off there to start a family. She had 2 kids, right? And then she's still in her 20s. So it's kind of like, hey, I'll see whatever she's in. James McAvoy, psychological thriller, starts production with newly announced cast. Yeah. So we're going to be seeing him next in the American version of Speak No Evil, which does look disturbing, but it's kind of like, if you didn't see the trailers for Speak No Evil, or the American version of Speak No Evil, basically it's this couple that goes on like a retreat or some kind, and then they meet up with another couple that's on and they meet in like a bed and breakfast or something, and the other couple is nuts, and they slowly torture the other couple, like doing brutal stuff to them, very vile stuff to them, to the point where it's kind of like, why are we watching people torture each other? Is this supposed to be entertaining kind of thing? Like, it goes beyond a line from what I'm told. So McAvoy's in the American version of that. We know McAvoy can play disturbed people. We saw him in Split. He can do it. But he's going to be working in a psychological thriller after that, called Control. Deadline has also revealed that Julianne Moore is going to be on there. She's also really good. So what is this about? The synopsis, Control, is based on the podcast from Zach Akers. The film revolves around a troubled doctor who wakes up one morning to the sound of a mysterious voice in his head. With his reality now in question, the voice makes a series of escalating demands he must follow, or devastating consequences will unfold. So it's somebody who's like losing his marbles. Well, we know we can play that. Yeah, McAvoy. I'll check out what he's got to do. Bifer says, you won't believe what happened to GOT Sophie Turner. What happened? Or is that what you mean? And yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what they should be using for the headline. I know it's clickbaity, but that's what the kind of stuff that you should do, right? When you're coming up with headlines. At least that's what YouTube tells you to do. I just feel I don't want cheap people, right? It's kind of like, that's not really what the video is about, guys. Like I did it with the Gollum thing because it was funny. I had that floating thing of He-Man's thing, so I'll just put Gollum's head on it. Fine, whatever. See if it gets a little bit more traction. I'm stuck at the bubble for some videos where it's like it'll get 50 views and it's like they say, well, try changing the thumbnail. Okay. Eh. Anyway, talking about cheating people, Godzilla Minus One is attracting a monstrous level of piracy. Bummer, man. It's now available on Prime Video overseas, but has yet to hit home video globally. Um, Godzilla Minus One was one of my favorite movies of last year. I would love to do a full live watch along for you with you guys when I actually get access to it. Let me check my Prime. It said Prime Video, right? If it was on there, it would be like on the front page, James. Wow, you can watch. No, Godzilla Evolved. What? What is this? 6 minutes. Okay, that's just a. That's not the movie. It was like Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. It hasn't been released yet. Pre-order, yeah. Okay, so I don't see Godzilla Minus One. But we'll see. Yeah, shame on you all for pirating a movie. But it is a good movie. Next, Kevin Bacon recreates the scene from Friday the 13th. Well, his family does. Their family just seems like they have a lot of fun. Like Kevin Bacon does a lot of stuff, like social media wise. He was just out promoting like Footloose and stuff like that. Yes, he was a victim in the original Friday the 13th movie. He gets killed with an arrow through the neck. So if you haven't seen it, just go over to his Twitter, and his family kind of like places an arrow on his chest while he's sleeping. Now, is it staged? Probably. I mean, they're a family. Like his wife is Kira Sedgwick, so they're actors. Did they do this in one take? Probably not. But that it just goes to show how much fun Kevin Bacon has with his work. And from what I hear in real life too, he's a real mensch. He's a good dude. All right, guys, 45 minutes, and that's all I have for movie news headlines. Let's go over to the Twitterverse and see if we can round out anything. See if I missed anything. It was so weird. Yesterday we were jam-packed with headlines. And now today it's kind of like, well, Josh O'Connor tells us about his experience on Challengers. Why is Gwen Stefani trending? Has she got some new music out? Megan Thee Stallion. That's quite the racy video, isn't it? It wasn't nude, guys. It looked like it was nude, but no. Act as young as you feel. You're not getting older. You're getting more entitled to be your fabulous self, Gwen Stefani. Well, she's in her 50s now. She's still stunning. Why is Rest in Peace trending? I want to know that. Who passed on? Oh, for God's sakes, don't show dead bodies. Now, that's the danger in Twitter. Rex Murphy. Okay, that's who it is. Rex Murphy, a broadcaster. Yeah. All right, stick to the movie headlines here, James. The soundtrack for Jane's I Saw the TV Glow is out now. Okay. Iron Claw is now streaming on Max. Go check that out, guys, if you didn't see it last year. It's great. Anya Taylor Joy and Chris Hemsworth at the Furiosa premiere. Looks like it's been shot on like a camera from the 80s. It's all high exposure. But yeah, the premiere for that, it comes out next week. No, 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks, sorry. 2 weeks for Furiosa. Heartbreak High, La Chimera. Josh. People are still going out to see Challengers, because when I went to see the premiere of the fan event of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes on Wednesday, a lot of younger women were going to see Challengers, like a big group of them. The announcement of Lord of the Rings movie titled Hunt for Gollum has filed a copyright strike against a fan film of the same name that was made 15 years ago. The short film has had 13 million views before being removed. Now, that's bad press, guys. What do you mean copyright strike? Don't strike them for something 50. Like, that's what I don't like about the algorithms. It's kind of like, if it stood for a certain amount of time, you shouldn't be allowed to strike, right? Because that means you weren't particularly worried, or because I get notifications if somebody else has taken my material and repurposed it, and it's like, okay, they used 100% of the video, fine, whatever. It only got 40 views. Don't strike them. That's just bad ball. Say, put in a request. Can you please change the name for this, please? Because we want to use it. And that's all you have to do. Do I need to use a Gollum's ugly mug for the thumbnail for my video? Maybe. I'll jettison the him flying on the rocket thing. Skin Town. Set in the 1990s during the IRA ceasefire, the film follows the roller coaster journey of two best friends trying to escape their life in a small Irish town. Could be interesting. Some high drama there. The Outrun, starring Saoirse Ronan. Talking about Irish actors. We don't see enough of her. She's awesome. So I'm guessing that I won't have access to that unless it gets a wider release. Hopefully the Art House Theater will bring that in. Such Brave Girls. Mike Faced. Zendaya. All right. Olivia Wilde to star in Greg Araki's I Want Your S. Okay. Isa Gonzalez. Well, doesn't look like there's a whole lot trending here, guys. Lindsay Lohan reportedly received Anne Margaret's blessing to play her in a biopic. She doesn't look like her at all. What are you doing? Okay. Anne Margaret was a stunning actress. When she came into a room, it was just, everybody was just, because she came in with such energy. All right. Yeah, there's nothing else here. I want to work on my shorts. I want to make shorts today, guys. I also do want to, I'm going to be crafting my template. I'm going to be doing a template for, remember I said I want to do like 10-minute movie reactions? I'm going to craft the template for that today, where it's going to be very staged reactions, but it'll be entertaining reactions. Yeah. Anyway, it's Friday. Go out to see a movie, guys. If not, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time right here on Mirror Domains.